We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at Justice League vs. Godzilla vs. Kong, issue 6. This is a mini-series from DC Comics in association with Legendary, written by Brian Buccellato, art by Christian Duce and Tom Derenick, colors by Guerrero, letters by Richard Starkings and Comicraft's Tyler Smith. DC Comics editors were Ben Abernathy and Michael McAllister, while Legendary Comics editor was Robert Napton. Had the cover by Drew Johnson and Romulo Fajardo Jr. It's an okay cover, but it's one of those interlocking ones, so it doesn't make any sense without the other ones and looks very haphazard. The leading lines don't really work out because Kong's arm is throwing everything off. I end up looking at either Jon Stewart's elbow or King Kong's chest, and there's not enough size for the heroes to actually make a difference except for Jon Stewart, so they're all just sort of afterthoughts that look like color forms stuck on a random image of King Kong. So I kind of hate the cover. We get caught up a little bit on what the monsters are doing. Clark goes missing and Mechagodzilla is revealed to the world. It looks like everything is going to happen at Centennial Park in Metropolis as the other monsters congregate there against Luthor's Mechagodzilla. And Batman brought his own toy because he's got teamwork on his side with the help of Flash, Cyborg, and various other heroes. There's also a Green Lantern robot, which was kind of cool. And finally, the characters are smartening up a little bit. There's also a Batwing that transforms for some stupid reason. And Gorilla Grodd is controlling Kong and Supergirl. So while everybody's beating the crap out of each other and getting really nowhere, one of the heroes dies, apparently. And with one of the Green Lanterns down, things are looking a bit grim. But things aren't quite over yet, because another player is entering the game of monsters and it does not look good. And Godzilla is still chained at the bottom of the ocean, where he is going to apparently have a deep, meaningful conversation with somebody, possibly to try and win him over to their side, and we'll see how it all plays out next issue. This issue is almost entire setup, but there's some really cool dialogue and story plots that finally come together. So while it is largely a setup issue, there is some cool stuff that happens that I thought was pretty fun. The Batwing transforming like a cheap GoBot was really lazy and kind of dumb, but I get why they did it. It's some fan service to people that like transforming airplanes or something, I guess. I thought that was the weakest part. The idea of a Green Lantern style Voltron was pretty fun, and Batman having a mech that he built with a bunch of other Justice Leaguers was just kind of fun. So there was some really cool stuff here that hopefully gets sorted out in the last issue, but I am looking forward to actually reading that. Again, this series has really picked up steam over the course of these 6 issues. Issue 1 was such a massive disappointment for me. I regret that I ever bought that issue. I wish I had just come in on issue 2, but it has gotten better slowly as the series has progressed. So I am pretty happy with it overall, and I will recommend it. I think the $5 cover price for this issue is probably a bit high, and I would absolutely say if you're going to read this, get it in trade paperback. You could probably find it cheaper than the cover price of the individual issues combined. That would be the ideal way to read this, and you'll probably get a more effective storyline that way, and you could just skip past issue 1 without any regret whatsoever. So get it in trade unless you can find these issues really cheap in a bargain bin, because the cover prices are way too high. But that's going to do it for this episode as always. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods, and as always, we hope to see you on the next one.